What's up, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of this video. This was supposed to be actually part 3 because this is day 3 now, but I was about to edit part 2 of this video and I lost like all the footage to part 2. Like, I don't know what the hell happened. I have like some clips and then I lost like some of the most important ones, so I don't know. I'm just not even gonna stress out about it because yesterday was a really long day. I went inside like at 4 in the morning just working on this car and trying to get most of it finished. But I got a lot of stuff done yesterday. I got the management done. I got the front left side done as far as like the suspension goes. Now I just need to route the airlines and then just complete the suspension install and we'll be pretty much done. What else was I gonna say? Oh, yesterday when I put my car on jack stands, I noticed that like my car is leaking gas from the tank. I don't know what the hell happened. I still need to look at that. So it's just a lot of work that I have to do today, guys. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to finish it, but my plan is to hopefully have this thing aired out today. So let's go over there, show you guys what I did yesterday. That's like the best thing that I could do. Alright, so this is my 4-gallon tank. Obviously I have my compressor directly connected to the tank, filter on this side, which is pretty much a water trap, and this hose here is supposed to route to the bottom of the car so it can drop the water outside. Obviously this is gonna be kind of confusing because you guys have no idea how I installed this, but just to show you guys. So there's my manifold. I still need to connect all the airlines to it. As you guys see, I have the wiring harness underneath there. So underneath this panel here, as you guys see, I have a lot of excess wire. Pretty much the wire that you guys are seeing here that I have a lot of is supposed to go to the front of the car because most cars have their battery in the front, but you guys know BMWs have their battery in the back. So I have all this excess wire and I just tucked it under here. I have my relay down there bolted down, so this is what's gonna power the compressor, and we still need to join these together, but I'm not done fully installing everything, so I haven't joined them together yet. This right here, this pink and like blackish wire, is the ignition one, and this other one is the USB, and I just tucked it along the OEM harness. So if you guys look, there it is, and it goes all around. I took off all of these plastics, tucked it all around behind the carpet, and now you guys see it's right here. I brought it underneath this trim piece, so I took off like the whole trim and I tucked it nicely, and my USB is out here connected to my remote. If I go inside here, I ran my ignition wire through the bottom of this trim piece, and I still haven't connected it yet because I don't want any power just yet. And this is going to connect into my fuse box. So now moving on to the suspension, I got my front strut in, I have my end link in. I still haven't bolted this one in because they are adjustable as far as like the length goes, and I'm not sure if I want them really long or short. I still need to figure that out, so I'm gonna do some research on that later. I just got the front right side done now. Everything is bolted down, got my end links in, everything's adjusted. I routed my airline through the top, so my airlines are gonna run from the driver's side to the passenger side inside the engine bay. I'm just gonna wrap it in like a heat shield hose so it doesn't corrode from all the heat from the engine. So this is everything that came with the rear. These are the roll plates. This is the rear upper bracket that goes on top of here. You have the shock, the control arm, and another shock, another rear upper bracket, and then the air spring. Alright, so this is day 3 now. I'm probably just gonna end up putting this whole video together because it's probably gonna be better like that, but let me show you guys what I got done yesterday. So we finished the rear. As far as like the suspension goes, it was pretty easy. Just the confusing part is assembling like the suspension together. Like putting it in is really easy, but just putting all the pieces together can get kind of confusing and tricky because you don't want to mess up. So that's what took me a little bit more time. Removing the suspension was pretty straightforward, and putting it in was pretty straightforward as well, but just assembling everything is what kind of took time. But as you guys see, we have the shock in, we have the airbag in, the new toe link, and the new lower control arm bracket. And I'll show you guys the other side, which is pretty much the same, but just to show you guys that it's all done. Same deal. We got the shock, the airbag with the bracket, and the new toe link, and the new lower control arm bracket. So now all we have left to do is pretty much, damn it, forgot my keys, but we just need to route the airlines to the suspension, which is what I'm gonna figure out right now, how I'm gonna get those airlines pretty much, because the airlines are coming from the inside of the car, so I need to get them to the outside of the car now. So I need to figure that out. As soon as I figure that out, I'll let you guys know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna take off these shields right now and just see what I'm working with. All right guys, I got the airlines ran through from the engine bay, so I'm gonna show you guys how I did mine. So here is the front right side. I put like a heat wrap for the airline hose so it doesn't corrode for whatever reason. There's a lot of heat in the engine bay, obviously. So that's the front left side. I pulled out my braided steel hose from my airbag up here next to the windshield wiper fluid, and I just connected it right there. Ran everything underneath this piece of plastic here, and looks really clean. And my front left side, you guys can see, same thing. It's just running to the left side. So this is coming out of the steering shaft, which I'll show you guys inside right now, and it pretty much connects to the steel braided hose over here on the bottom. So from the inside, if you guys can see closely, I ran my airlines through the steering shaft. There's just this piece of rubber that you can move over to the side, and the airlines are gonna sit on metal. So what I did was I cut a hose in half and I let that sit on that metal, and then I put the two airline hoses above that. I'll put a picture up on the screen as well so you guys can see how I did that. And then I just ran my airlines along the OEM harness just like I did with my wiring, and that pretty much runs to the back and to my manifold. Alright, we got the rear all done now. This is the way that I routed my airlines. Well, I drilled a hole in this box here. It's pretty much just like a plastic box underneath this cover. Ran them alongside of the subframe, and then they just connect straight to the rear suspension. On the other side, let me show you guys a little bit better. Same thing, I ran it along the subframe as well, but since we do have the exhaust right here, I put some of that heat wrap over the airline so it doesn't corrode. And I also zip tied it to this bracket up there just so it's away from the exhaust, just to be safe. And that's pretty much how I did that. All that's left is to put the tank, connect like two more airlines that come from like the tank. Okay, now I am about to test this. I'm kind of nervous. All we need to connect now is just the battery, and just give it power, and then just the fuse over there in the front. So I don't know, I'm nervous, but I'm gonna do it. Here we go. We got everything connected. Damn, shit's crazy, man. The remote doesn't even turn on. Maybe I have to turn on the car.
Turn it on.
I'm not getting any power. Strange. Well, That was a fail for a 10th one. Try to figure some stuff out, see what it is. So I found my problem. Pretty much it's this fuse plug here, which is connected to the ignition wire. What's going on is that this fuse plug is too big or maybe too small. It just doesn't fit correctly into the slots that I have on my fuse box, so it's not making any contact with, you know, with what it's supposed to make contact with to turn on the management. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might have to get like another plug or just tap this ignition wire into something that has ignition current and just go on about it like that. But I'm probably not gonna have a solution for this today because I still need to do some research on this, obviously. On the bright side of things, everything is done already. It's just a matter of getting this wire tapped into something or getting this new fuse plug. So not too much left. So on that note, that's gonna be the end of today's video because I don't really have anything else to do. Yeah, if you guys have done this before, or if you guys can help me out with this, leave a comment down below, or send me a DM on Instagram. I'm gonna be asking some people as well, and doing some research online to see if I can find a solution to this. But yeah, pretty much stuck here, and it's just because of this one wire. But I should figure it out sometime soon, and that'll be in the next video. So yeah guys, that's the end of this video. Leave a like, comment down below, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later guys.